going to show you the part here. So this is a Dorman part here that I'm going to replace. I got a P2004 code, which basically was telling me that the air intake was stuck on open. So this piece here that you can see, this here will turn because it's got rods that stick in the back of it, on the back of the air intake, really back in there, and will open and close to let air in and keep air out. And right now it's stuck on open. So a little bit of background here on recently I had replaced this engine. This is I bought it off eBay and had it shipped in here, shipped out the old core. So I actually had the engine out of here about 3 months ago, but this code popped up, so I'm gonna try and pull this air intake back off and a few other pieces and see what we can get going. Okay, so first step here was to disconnect the battery, and I pulled off the plastic piece that runs into the air intake and the side fender here. Next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is pull off the radiator hose and disconnect the alternator here and the cowl. Now I can't get the cowl off until I go ahead and start taking other components apart here, so we'll get into it. Alright, so we got the air intake manifold out of the engine here. You can see first to take off the top piece, you got 4 bolts here. You got a number of different connectors that run to the harness here, and then this top piece of it just pulls right up off of it, and you've got a few vacuum hoses here. I kept everything attached to the intake manifold here because it helps me know how to route things back. Now I always put a rag over this so that nothing falls into it. One of the more difficult things is getting this gas line off. I use 3 screwdrivers and just kind of stick them around. There's a special tool for it that's helpful, but I just use 3 screwdrivers. I pull it in, it unlatches, and then you can pull it back from there. Now this is the front side. I'm going to show you where my actual problem is. So you can see right here that this component here is what they were saying was failing when I got that P2004. Looks like the issue here was with these, and that it was staying in the open position. Now what I've got here is the replacement part. Unscrew these pieces, put the new one on. This actually came with these clips, so I'll replace the clips. And this here is the stud that the harness, there's a nut that goes to the back of the engine harness that connects that. A lot of people get stuck on that when you're disconnecting it. Now, I'll show you here on the truck. You can see right in here what I'm talking about. It's this right here. Just gonna take a second while we got this out of here, so I can give you an idea of where the different bolts are, where the harness attachments are, just so that you're not yanking and maybe accidentally are pulling on something. you didn't know was still connected. So you got bolted into the actual engine here. You've got one bolt here, you've got another one here, one here. As you can see, like you know, you thread through here, and then you kind of go back in here with like maybe a I use a 6-inch extension in here and a deep well socket, and then I use I think a 6-inch with a shallow well socket here, and then there's one more in the back. It's kind of tougher to get to, but you know, you can see it right there. There's one on the other side, same idea here, and then you've got this 1, 2, 3, and one in the front. Now, one thing to note here, this cowl here sits up underneath it, so this bolt here is difficult to get off without, you have to kind of loosen this whole intake manifold and kind of lift up on it to be able to get back to the bolt here on the back side of this cowl. So you've got 4 connectors on each side on the engine harness. You don't need to touch the coil packs. So you see you've got 4 on each side here. You've got 1 up top. You've got 1 underneath here. Then you've got this hose here in the back. It runs to the vacuum. I'll show you on the actual truck. You can see it right there. My finger's pointing at it. It runs along the back side all the way to here,